Transformation of sentences. There are 10 sentences in this self-assessment worksheet and the full marks is 10. Question 1. No sooner had the match finished than it began to rain. The options now: hardly had the match finished when it began to rain, hardly had the match finished when it began to rain, hardly when the match had finished it began to rain, hardly had the match finished then it began to rain. So the last option, the fourth option, is not correct because they have used hardly had along with than. You never use hardly had and than together in a sentence. It's always hardly had when. The third option, hardly when the match had finished it began to rain. But you're not supposed to use hardly right before when. It's hardly had ... when. So the third option is also not right. Hardly had the match finish when it began to rain. The sentence is in past tense, but here it is used finish. It should have been finished. The first option is the right answer. Hardly had the match finished when it began to rain, following all the rules of transformation of sentences: hardly had and no sooner than. The next one now. If he does not run fast, he will lose the race. Unless he run fast, he will lose the race. Unless he runs fast, he will not lose the race. Unless she runs fast, he will lose the race. Unless he runs fast, he will lose the race. Now try solving as I am reading the options. Yes, I'm giving you a little time. Now, I hope you have already picked up the right answer. Yes, the right answer is the fourth option. Unless he runs fast, he will lose the race. In the first option, unless he run fast is incorrect. He run. You never use he run. It should have been he runs. Unless he runs fast, he will not lose the race. Now, he is not running to lose the race. Unless she runs fast, he will lose the race. He and she, a mixture of gender. Hence, the fourth option is the right answer. Nobody knew much about his plans for the future. Little was known to anybody about his plans for future. Little is known to anybody about his plans for the future. Little was known to anybody about his plans for the future. Little was new to anybody about his plan for the future. The fourth option is not correct because of the errors new and plan. Now, the first option, let's see. Little was known to anybody about his plans for future. Okay. But the second option I will eliminate instantly. Little is known. But in the question, we have past tense. So we cannot use little is known. Not correct. The third option and the first option, both these options are pretty similar. But there is a difference. Can you tell me what is the difference? Yes, the difference is in the first option, the is omitted. And in the third option, we have everything. So, the third option is the right answer. Little was known to anybody about his plans for the future. Apparent similarity but a subtle difference. Hence, the decision has to be taken on the basis of your reasoning and analysis. The next question now. You must never tell a lie. A piece of advice, a suggestion. Under no circumstances must you tell a lie. Under no circumstances can you tell a lie. Under no circumstances may you tell a lie. Under no circumstances you told a lie. Now, here you will have to take into account the modals and the sentence function. As I told you, the sentence function is a piece of advice or some kind of a suggestion. In the fourth option, under no circumstances you told a lie. This is a fact, a thing that this person did in the past. So we will not take this into account. Under no circumstances may you tell a lie. The modal may is used to imply a possibility or a probability. Not correct. Under no circumstances can you tell a lie. A permission? No. Can implies permission. Second option is also not right. Under no circumstances must you tell a lie. It is your duty, your moral obligation that you must not tell a lie under any circumstance. Hence, the first option is the right answer. Now, a direct-indirect speech. The boss said, "What an extraordinary success." The boss exclaims with joy, "What an extraordinary success it was." The boss exclaimed with joy, "What an extraordinary success it was." The boss exclaimed in joy. What? Extraordinary success it was. The boss exclaimed in joy, "What an extraordinary success it is." Well, this is very easy. The last two options are incorrect. You can see and tell. Too many errors. So, we'll have to work with the first and the second options. The first option is also incorrect. Why? Because here the reporting verb is not in the past tense. The boss said. Said is the reporting verb in the past tense. So, the second option is the right answer. The boss exclaimed with joy, "What an extraordinary success it was." It is too cold for me to step out without a shawl. It is so cold that I cannot step out without a shawl. It is so cold that I cannot step without a solve. It is so cold that I could not step out without a shawl. It is so cold that I cannot step out without the shawl. The second option is not correct. Without a solve. Very funny. Yes, done to mislead you, to misguide you. It is so cold that I could not step out without a shawl. It is so cold, therefore it must be I cannot. Present tense. And it is so cold that I cannot step out without the shawl. In the question it is mentioned a shawl. But here in the fourth option they have used the shawl. Therefore, the first option is the right answer. Next, I play both tennis and squash. Not only do I play tennis and also squash. Not only did I play tennis but also I play squash. Not only do I play tennis but also squash. Not only I play tennis but I play squash. What is the right answer? Yes, the third option is the right answer. Not only do I play tennis but also squash. The school team lost the cricket match although the captain scored a century. Despite the fact that the captain scored a century, the school team lost the cricket match. Despite the fact that the captain scores a century, the school team lost the cricket match. Despite the fact that the captain scored a century, the team lost the cricket match. Despite the fact that the captain scored a century, the school team loses a cricket match. Oh my goodness, really confusing. Pretty similar options, but there are differences, trust me. And I'm sure you have already found out the what? Mistakes. Yes. The right answer is option 1. Despite the fact that the captain scored a century, the school team lost the cricket match. Why are the other three options incorrect? In the second option, you have scores a century. But the question is in past tense. Hence incorrect. Despite the fact that the captain scored a century, the team lost the cricket match. There is something missing here. Omission. And what is it? Here they have mentioned only the team, but it's the cricket team. You cannot omit anything unnecessarily. Next, despite the fact that the captain scored a century, the school team loses the cricket match. Incorrect. Tense. Loses. It must be lost. Hence, I have not chosen the last three options. Next, no one would deny that he was totally fit before his death. Everyone agrees that he was totally fit before his death. Everyone will agree that he is totally fit before his death. Everyone will admit that he was totally fit before his death. Everyone will admit that he was fit before his death. Yes, the right answer is the third option. Everyone will admit that he was totally fit before his death. In the fourth option, they have not used totally, omitted totally. Only fit before his death is mentioned. The next one. The lawyer examined the documents with utmost care. The documents are examined by the lawyer with utmost care. The documents are being examined with the utmost care by the lawyer. The document was examined with utmost care. The documents were examined with utmost care by the lawyer. Voice change. Option 4 is the right answer. The documents were examined with utmost care by the lawyer. So, end of another worksheet. I hope you have scored 10 out of 10. Keep on practicing and wait for some more worksheets. Bye.